Mouse Sports and Cloud9 the other day was absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to this
5
one,
seconds
Secret versus Evil
remaining.
Geniuses, and I do want to point out today that Secret, of
Reserve
course,
time.
they have only lost one game in their last 15. That is absolutely outstanding play coming out from them. They've played so well through MDL, Summit 3, of course, and even back to Red Bull Battlegrounds. I had the pleasure to be there observing both Red Bull as well as, of course, the Summit 3. At MDL, they absolutely had a huge tournament. Evil Geniuses didn't go to that
Dire
tournament. They
team
went to
pick.
MLG, where they've been struggling the past couple of days. You look at some of the games, even back to the Summit, and Evil Geniuses haven't had the best time, Tralfin. They're looking to rebound here, and this is going to be a tough team to do it against in this best-of-3 series, man.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't really buy the whole "I'm not trying" thing. I think teams, especially when they're playing teams of caliber as Team Secret or honestly any team, you should always try your best
10
because every
seconds
game
remaining.
is an opportunity to improve yourself and improve your teamwork. It's
5
way more
seconds
beneficial playing these
remaining.
games than it is playing scrims because in scrims, that's when you can make the excuse of, well, we weren't really trying, we were
Evil
just testing the
Geniuses,
waters,
turn to
we were
pick.
just seeing what worked, we wanted to try out this hero and not, get punished for it in an actual tournament. I can understand that, but, saying things like, oh, we didn't really take MLG seriously, or we didn't, our main focus is this tournament, not this tournament, that may be true, but I don't think that's the right way to approach the game. So I don't think that's the way that EG is approaching the game.
Right.
I think that they try all the time.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
They might, of course, have their hearts on TI, and which team doesn't? That's qualified for TI. But
5 seconds
that doesn't mean that they don't
remaining.
try for every tournament. So, not even to mention, DotaPit's an
Reserve
amazing online
time.
tournament. Like, it's got one of the highest prize pool, if not the highest. You probably know better than I do.
Yeah.
It's amazing. There's lots of incentive there. So yeah, I'm really excited.
We are above $250,000 for this prize pool, and a big chunk of that goes to first place, obviously. But second place and third place, like I already talked about, third place, $40,000. Again, that's a lot of money on the line. And if you're going to try for a tournament, might as well try
Dire
here for
team
DotaPit. And I imagine both teams are going to be bringing out their best. Already, we see a lot of picks that we're pretty much used to at this point in the patch. Tusk got picked up a lot at MDL. He's been picked a lot recently. Leshrac, we don't even need to talk about him. Keeper the Light. Secret's been running this more and more often, and it's no surprise that they go for it again. And Lion and Clockwork, the stable offlaner. PL might be the most surprising pick in this current draft trial, but other than that, I mean, it's not even that surprising. Phantom Lance is a very strong hero right now in the
10
metagame.
seconds remaining.
And he's with Caudle, which means in the laning phase, they're going to have an amazing
5
time.
seconds remaining.
As far as zoning, I'm presuming Clockwork out. That is assuming that they're going to go safe lane, and I think they will.
Reserve
Just because it
time.
means that Phantom Lancer has a guaranteed nuke that will always hit and slow, and then do a little bit of tiny extra damage with your illusion. Not much, but still something. And you can constantly spam it, which means you're effectively zoning with your carry, and you don't have to worry about creep equilibrium, like, crap,
Yes.
did I attack him and then aggro the creeps? Oh no, now we have to pull because I screwed it up. There's none of that. It's just spamming it out, and then using the chakra magic to make it so he never has to run out of mana. It's an amazing combo.
Yeah.
So that's great. The Tusk pick I love. I feel like Tusk, for me personally, is like the new Panda. Do you remember when Panda was extremely popular, picked up first or banned all the time?
Yeah, I do.
And was super duper strong. Like, I remember playing in that meta, and I remember playing NEL, and I never won against Panda. I was like, I'm just letting you guys know, I've never beat Panda in NEL. And now it's Tusk and FPL, and I never win against that hero. I think the hero is extremely strong. All of his spells do something. They're all
Yes,
useful, and they all cost
exactly.
low mana.
The multifaceted issue, like you were just talking about it. All of his spells are fantastic. Even I think a lot of people were talking about, the sigil and how that used to be kind of not the biggest
10
deal, but now it's
seconds
actually
remaining.
fantastic. Ice Shards is great
Evil
for it's
Geniuses,
so good just
turn
for
to
blocking
pick.
people that are trying to get away. Honestly, the damage is great as well. Snowball, of course, is the AoE disruption, as I call it. It's just a good ability in general as well. Early game, Tusk is going to dominate if he gets off to a good start. And with Templar Assassin as well, they're going to have even more prowess here in this early game. And Templar Assassin's been something that Secret have picked up occasionally here and there. But both of these teams kind of run similar lineups for the most part, so it's not a surprise we see
10
one of these teams
seconds
grab
remaining.
Templar Assassin. Although, I will say I haven't seen too much of Sumail's TA, but
5
it's
seconds
going to be...
remaining.
We'll see who plays for Secret.
Yeah, this is
Reserve
an
time.
interesting interaction, by the way. So, before Leshrac got buffed, namely his lightning buff, when he was picked, and he hardly ever was, especially as a core, he was almost never picked as a core. But people like, for instance, shout out to, I don't know how I say his name, Palmalion or something, who would spam Leshrac in pubs when they would go mid. They would always go just stun Edict. They would never put a point in Lightning because
Yep.
it just the cast animation. Oh my god, that's a Sven. Anyway,
Dire
the
team
the cast animation was just too long to warrant actually picking it up, and it kind of disrupted your movement in little skirmishes. I could go on and on about that, but the bottom line was they would never get Lightning. And then Templar Assassin, for instance, was a terrible pick against this because the
10
Edict just
seconds
crushed your
remaining.
refraction, and then it was
Yeah.
pointless to put it. Now it's kind of like a bait. It's like,
5 seconds
well, we know that you're
remaining.
going to go the stun lightning route because it's just better right now in the meta. It farms
Yes.
faster. It zones people
Reserve
out
time.
easier. So we know you're going to do that,
5
and you're not going to
seconds
have the
remaining.
constant AOE to get rid of my refraction charges. I'm wondering if Sumail goes back
Evil
to the old
geniuses,
build
turn
just
to
to crush him
ban.
in lane. Because honestly, if you do go that build, it will crush him. But then you have some give and take. You're like, okay, I win my lane, but now I don't farm as fast, and now I don't get my bloodstone as fast. You know, it's interesting. He'll probably not go the Edict build, but
10
it's Sumail. I've seen him
seconds remaining.
do crazier things.
You need to think about it at the very least. And there are worse things to
5
do than go
seconds
Edict on
remaining.
Leshrac. I mean, that is super amazing for pushing down towers. It's absolutely fantastic for... Obviously,
Reserve
like you said,
time.
it's not as great at farming. It's not not as great, maybe early on in a team fight. Lightning Storm just does a lot more. That Lightning Storm damage is absurd. The amount that you can spam it out to is absolutely fantastic. And we'll see how Sumail decides to build it, as we'll probably see him on the Leshrac, as you mentioned. And then, of course, the Sven pickup, which I think is the most interesting thing. This is something that Fear used to play a lot, and I'm assuming is going to be a carry Sven for Fear. He played it a lot going back to DreamHack. I want to say, was it
Dire
winter or
team
summer? I can't really remember. Is that one tournament they had that huge vacuum into the great cleave combo for Sven? And so Fear is obviously very comfortable on this hero, but how is it going to work out here in this game?
I've seen him go a lot of interesting builds lately. One that was a Techie span, by the way. They don't want any Techie's Tusk action, which actually would be really strong because they already have a pretty decent safe lane duo that doesn't really need anything else. Like PL Coddle can function
10
well on its own.
seconds remaining.
So actually, as crazy as it sounds, I actually really like the Techie span.
5 seconds remaining.
I don't think you've ever heard anyone say that before.
That is something, yeah, I've definitely never heard in Dota.
Reserve
By the way,
time.
Sven versus Phantom Lancer is
Evil
it's not
geniuses, turn to
necessarily a
pick.
counter, but it's something that you pick and feel comfortable against a Phantom Lancer. Your cleave to take out the illusions, Stormhammer to stun in that area, and the amount of damage you could pump out early on with God's Strength is ridiculous. So I like the choice against PL, but now Secret have the Undying as well, so some interesting support duos here. The Keeper of the Light and the Undying. They don't really have a disable between the two besides Mana Leak, which isn't particularly great early on. It's okay. And then they do have Tuskar, though,
10
and that's
seconds
really the
remaining.
only stun they have with the Snowball. That's about it, though, man. They don't really have much chase
5
potential other than,
seconds
or at least stun
remaining.
potential other than that Snowball, man.
Well, Snowball is a relatively low cooldown. They have also have Ice Shards, which
Reserve
is essentially a
time.
catch spell too, especially in the laning phase. It's amazing. It lasts for friggin' ever. I think before it was like last 4 seconds, and they're like, yeah, let's buff it to, all right, from 4 to 7. It's just like a huge number increase. It was ridiculous. Why not 4 to 5? Or maybe it was 5 to 6 or something. But it lasts forever. So if you Ice Shard someone and you actually walk up and they have a creep on them, they just sit there for 7 seconds and they can't go anywhere unless they have like an escape mechanism. But I see none right now.
10
So
seconds
that's
remaining.
something to be wary of. But as far as the Sven pickup, and it's going to be a bounty here for the last, probably roaming around, helping out the Clockwork in the top lane. On paper, it's like you can see the logic there. It's like Sven, okay, awesome cleave against illusions. Just destroy the Phantom Lancer and make it so he can't build up an army. The only problem is like if Sven doesn't have a good game, and if EG gets behind, and he doesn't have an early BKB, hell, even if he does have an early BKB, the Lance is going to come out and hit him, and with that mana burn, it's almost going to force a BKB instinctively.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do that. But
We
if you
saw
don't
this
do that, you're
exact
out of the
matchup.
fight.
We saw this exact matchup. I'm not sure when it was, but it was recently. It might have even been in that best of 3 we just watched the other day. I don't think it was. I can't really remember. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Sven versus PL matchup? I think we've seen it recently.
I don't recall.
Oh, maybe I'm going crazy, but I've definitely seen this
10
before, this
seconds
matchup
remaining.
before. Yeah, or at least something with
5
Diffusal Blade that has really
seconds
drained the mana of
remaining.
the Sven. It's really become problematic, so...
I think this lineup from EG is more like, yes, Sven on paper is good against these illusions, but he needs a lot of help, and they're going to need to create him space so that he can get ahead.
Prepare
Because
for battle.
if he gets a ton of farm, and if EG are winning, because they have an early game lineup, like they have really good roaming, they have a really strong off lane with Clockwork and the Bounty. They have one of the best mid laners, if not the best mid laner in the game on this Leshrac. So that's going for them well.
Yeah.
If they create enough space for Sven, then he will, like, the illusion will come out from PL and he'll just one-shot him. Like, he'll kill him instantly. But if he doesn't have a good time, I do worry that, you know, if he gets jumped on by the PL, he just has to retreat immediately, and then you won't have any mana. Because the biggest weakness of Sven is his mana pool. He has 3 spells that he has to use in a fight that all cost a decent chunk of mana, and he just doesn't have the mana pool to sustain that when he's getting constantly mana burn. So just have to watch out for that.
Maybe drums to help out with the mana pool, maybe another
Possibly.
item. There's other things you can go for,
30
but
seconds to battle.
just to make sure you can have that sustain in a fight and maybe stay around a little bit longer, get those spells off as much as possible. Well, specifically Stormhammer, but we'll have to wait and see. Currently, it is going to be an aggressive tri lane for Secret. This is no surprise. You have an Undying, a Keeper of the Light, as well as a Tusk. You're going to want to run at people. That is a run-at-you lineup. And they just won't really give a crap. So they'll look and they'll grab this bottom Bounty Rune. Fear won't be able to contest it. Top bottom Bounty Rune is going to be going for EG. It looks like Sumail's going to pick that one up. And will they dodge the tri-lane, have Fear solo safe, and then just go aggro try against Ortiz is the question. It looks like Sumail's going to be heading mid as well as PPD heading back down towards bottom. So
Well, they do see Kuroki here. Kuroki is sitting here blocking the entrance here from PPD. He's actually going to back away, but yeah, Coddle doing some shenanigans here down in the bottom lane, just to be annoying to Fear. I mean, obviously they're expecting this this aggression coming out from the Bounty Hunter. That's just what you do. It kind of is a waste of the hero to send him in the safe lane pulling, because he doesn't create any pressure on the map. And yeah, so we'll see. I am curious to see what the next skill point is for Sumail. Like I said, it's probably going to be Lightning, but if he does go the Edict build, you can see the logic behind it.
And just being able to push out those waves with Lightning Storm is so good. You can control runes very well, and he is in fact going to go for the Lightning Storm.
Yep.
I mean, that's not a huge surprise. It was a possibility, but they don't end up going for it. Ice Shards misses on Fear. He does have Stormhammer. They do have 2 in the Snowball. He's got a Stormhammer up. They won't die this, I imagine. And that just shows you that they do have the potential to catch Fear out of position. They will go behind the tower. PPD pulled in a really early, honestly. It was kind of interesting. He's going to walk into lane. Gonna head under the tree line. He's gonna get Ice Sharded and dove. He has Earth Spike. He's going to use it, but this is a problem. Fear doesn't have enough mana for Stormhammer, and that's gonna be first blood, but it's actually split up between the creeps. His eyes low. Fear, still not enough mana, not even close, really.
He's dead.
Yeah, they're going in, they're just diving. Snowball's gonna come through, and already this lane is turning pretty disastrously. That's not great coming out for EG.
Yeah, that pull was a little bit weird as well. I was... When the tower is getting pushed onto you by creeps, especially when they have amazing catch potential with the Tusk. God, Tusk is going to get some good levels too. Oh, that's a lot of creeps coming his way. And he had the Mango too to help him out. One of the best Mango holders in the game, by the way.
With Mango. It's like, it's so little, honestly, but sometimes you just need a good Mango to eat your creeps and go from there. And Zai, well, he's sitting at 135 mana. He's going to get some CS and experience, as you were talking about. Very important. And bottom down, rather, Haste Rune picked up by Puppy. The 2-minute Haste Rune for Keeper of the Light. He's going to throw up Illuminate. PPD is going to take it to the face. Maybe walks away. No, it just does clip him. Here's going to rotate around top lane. They're going to try to go on Ortiz. There's the Janata as well. Universe out of mana, and he doesn't have Cogs for 3. He's going to just go ahead and Doppelganger away. Universe can catch this. Cogs will get him. They've got Flare. No, he's out of mana. AUI is going to come back in. No Janata for 2, but they do have that Orb of Venom. There's the Janata strike coming in. The slow is there. And Ortiz sticks up. Might survive. Solo. AUI wants this kill. The Tango comes out. AUI is not going to finish this. Shadow Walk, he will. The Shadow Walk extra damage comes through, the 30 bonus damage. He will die to the tower, which does give the kill back to Artur. That was something else.
Oh, he maybe could have made the play of like waiting for the creep wave to come up so that it would aggro the tower and then walk away so he didn't have to die. Either way, kind of good plays on both sides, but Arteezy with some really nice stick usage.
Warcry, Earth Spike, they have to run away. They don't want to fight into the Tombstone. That's not super surprising. Is it level 2 yet? It is only level 1 Tombstone. Wouldn't be that hard to kill, but they're going to push this tower. This tower is going to be dead at 4 minutes, Shroud. Even earlier, it's going to be dead now. The tower's going to go down here in a moment.
Yeah, and the thing about this that's really strong is that after, like, a lot of times people will push the bottom tower, which is fantastic, but then they'll just kind of leave the lane because they can't lane there anymore. But Tuskar can definitely lane here. Like, they cannot kill him. He always has ways out. He's a strength hero. He's hard to take down. He's got tons of regen now. He has Snowball to get away, and he also has the threat of killing you too. So this is a fantastic start here for Secret.
Would you go as far to say if this game goes well for Secret that EG would ban out the Tusk next game, or even take it for themselves?
I think absolutely. I think Tusk is I know it's happened so fast, but I think it's slowly becoming the 6.84 hero. I think this hero is just a monster.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely a fan. I personally can't play particularly well, but the hero seems to be monstrous, as you were talking about. AUI is going to find Kuro, but there's not going to be too much follow-up here. They're going to take a bit too long to get to the engagement. Illuminate's even going to take down AUI for a bit more damage. This doesn't feel particularly great. Mid lane, Sumail is actually dominating. 27 last hits to 12. S4 is not having a great time here, and Sumail is just, he's doing what Leshrac does. He throws up the Lightning Storm on a creep wave, and I guess secures the runes as well.
Yeah, and he's getting some really nice denies too. Oh, S4, he's missing a lot of CS. It's kind of like a bad creep rhythm sometimes, but I've been watching. What he's been doing is just like constantly spamming, but attacking him, auto-attacking him constantly, just to make corrections.
They're going to Warcry it up. They have the Stormhammer ready to go. Zai's going to get Hexed. They do throw up the Tombstone. Now they're going to try to bring it down with a couple of right clicks. They will. So that's gone and dealt with. PPD has their spike in one. He's going to use it. It will hit up onto Zai. No Donata coming through. He does have Shuriken Toss. Avoids the Ice Shard, but PPD will go down to Kuro. But they might lose a lot for this. There's the Stormhammer onto two. Zai about to fall. Earth, or rather, sticks up. They need another right click, and AUI getting close. He already snowballed. Ice Shards can come out. They're up right now. Shuriken Toss did not go. He doesn't have the mana for it. AUI's gonna fall. Zai might be able to turn this. Walrus Punch comes out, and Fear has to use his War Cry, but he can't catch up. They turn it around. Kuroki gets a killing spree. Zai will survive with 6 HP. Oh, that looked beautiful for EG, but somehow they weren't able to convert and get a kill.
Zai is such a damn player, man. That was so good. He walked back, and I didn't know he hit 6 so early. He's level, like, this is an aggro tri-lane. You're dividing experience among 3 different heroes. I mean, I know Puppy's been in and out, but he's already level 6 in 5
I was
minutes.
not expecting that. I was most certainly not expecting the Walrus Punch coming out from Zai. Probably saved his life, among other things. But
at the very least, Sumail, as you said, is absolutely crushing mid.
Yes. That's the good thing for Evil Geniuses, but Arteezy, after dying once top, has gotten a lot more room to work with as well, and he's farming up like crazy, so Artor having a pretty good time as well. There's a hero rotation from EG. Universe is here. He's got Hookshot ready to go, but Doppelganger out of cogs is something you see pretty commonly coming out from PLs, so you need a little bit more, or maybe even a cog push from Universe, which is not too difficult to expect to unimaginable. To see if they can get a kill. I don't think he's gonna go for it. They're busy going with mid as there's gonna be a snowball and double Earthquake. Split Earth on it too. There's the pulse of it, a Lightning Storm coming out as well. Zai about to fall. AUI comes in. Sumail getting chased down, is able to bottle up, and S4 is gonna go. Double kill for Sumail. Oh, the Illuminate clips him, but he's sitting at 16 HP. He will survive. Great turnaround, and that's more gold for Sumail coming out up to 1400 already, Trout.
And the game just kind of bounced back instantly. It's going to go about 2,500 net worth in favor of, or back in favor of EG. So really nice. I mean, if there's anyone that can take over the game, it's Sumail, and especially on a hero like Leshrac. We'll see how much space he can give this Sven, because he's going to need a lot of it. He just picked up his boots at 7 minutes. He only has 13 CS.
Kuro is just saying, listen, you're not getting anything for free here, even if you are under your tier 2 tower.
Smoke bottom here from Lion and Leshrac. Leshrac is going to go for the Yules, by the way.
Zai's nearby. This could be problematic for EG. They're going to run and they'll find Zai. They're going to go for... Actually, they're going to just jump on Kuroki. There's the Split Earth. Kuroki's going to get caught out. Hookshot misses from Universe. Ice Shards actually help PPD out with that Earth Spike. No stun up for Fear, but they do have that Split Earth. There's the battle result. Split Earth, not even needed. Universe gets the kill with the Flare as well as the Lightning Storm from Sumail. And they've turned it around yet again.
Yep, they're just kind of overstaying their welcome, but EG is doing a good job by understanding, okay, look, we've lost our bottom tower. If they just sit in the bottom lane, we're not going to win this game because our Sven can't farm at all. We have to do something about this.
Yep.
And I think that's right. I think you can't ignore that problem. That problem needs to be resolved, and they resolved it.
Yeah. And Arteezy continues to get farmed in that top lane. Not super surprising. Like you mentioned, they're putting more emphasis on getting Fear farm, and they've done a good job now, but it's still going to take some time. Sumail, luckily, is still highest in the net worth. If we look at the charts here, the graphs, the net worth graph is back even. It was a 2,000 net worth lead for Secret, 4 minutes into the game, and since then, Sumail's rotated. They've gotten a couple of really good kills, and they're on the board now. For Secret, they do have Puppy jungling. He's sitting at level 3. He's got about 400 gold, so he could be getting some levels here pretty soon. Does he have stacks up? He absolutely does. These might be for S4, who also needs a bit more farm after struggling in that middle lane.
I'm actually worried for, like, things look so good for Secret, but the fact that Sumail just got 3 kills is really troubling for Secret because once he gets Yules, and he is rushing the Yules, I think he has it. 8-minute Yules. That's insane.
Yeah.
He can kill anybody.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he can absolutely kill anybody unless he goes on the Tusk and the Tusk can manage to get the snowball off right before the Split Earth comes down, or of course if the Doppelganger comes out. But if you time it correctly, you shouldn't be able to. You can get a kill on any single hero. So.
Doppelganger, I think the animation's a bit long, so Sumail would really have to miss it. He can obviously miss it, you know, go a bit too early, and especially with the animation for Split Earth, which is, yeah, it's kind of difficult. We'll see how it goes, though. They're going to try to put some aggression on Crow and Zai. At least they're running towards them, but they're going to back away. Mid lane, Beer is getting more room to farm now. He's just rotating lanes to trying to find where to farm, where's the best area, and right now mid is the case. Keeping the light, Puppy's up to level 4. He's got a pretty big stack here, going for himself a lot of these big creeps out. And that'll get him pretty close to 5, if not 5. And he'll probably rush Ags, I would imagine. This seems to be, I mean, if he can get there, but he might just have to be on ward duty for now.
Oh, for Puppy, yeah, Ags would be great. Especially because, like, if they get Ags Gem, this Bounty Hunter's gonna be useless. At least in daytime. Who, by the way, just...
AY's level 6 already, man.
Yeah, he just inked. So, really good for him. Now they have Track to work with. Which is obviously especially great against the TA.
I think the biggest issue for Bounty Hunters is not getting enough levels early on in the game, but he's been a part of so many engagements, well, at least a few, that he's already at 6. And I guess most people would be like, oh, 10 minutes level 6 for Bounty Hunter, that's not that great, but when you're playing a support bounty, levels often suffer. I think this is really good for the Evil Geniuses, and they're going to smoke up with it as well.
I think they think that TA is doing stacks, but he's actually not doing stacks.
They do have an Ancient Sec here, though, so they'll know that. They'll have that knowledge.
Oh, Puppy's dead.
Puppy's on here. And that's a track kill, too, for AUI, so nice clean kill. They'll get out, probably. PPD's gonna get here on the high ground. I'm not sure why, but...
Yep, they're really good at using the smokes. Oh, mid lane Snowball comes in. I don't know if you want to dive this. Spear's actually going to turn. The TPs are coming in as well.
Universe jumps in right as the Tombstone is plopped down. Here comes Sumail. Split Earth doesn't catch. The Shrukatos does some damage to Kuro. They'll have to back away. And
Tomb is owning.
Yeah, it's really being a nuisance. Sumail's going to take a lot of damage. The Ice Sigil as well as the Tombstone. A double slow coming out with the Death Plus and the Sigil. PPD almost dies to that Ice Shard, but he'll stay alive. And they will not lose a single hero on either side. Or maybe they will. Yule's up onto the TA. Stormhammer might go. But first it's going to be that Split Earth, which was beautifully timed, and then an easy kill coming out from EG as well as S4 plays a bit too far up, and he goes down for it.
That was definitely a mistake. He shouldn't have been up there that far. Also, as soon as they went on him, the Tombstone went out. I don't think they timed it or anything. It just happened to be that way. Nice Tombstone placement, though, by Kurogi. It was like in the perfect spot. Unfortunately, Clockwork couldn't get the right hook. He's still 2-0-3, still having a good game as far as the metrics are concerned, but hasn't been able to hit those hooks, unfortunately. And I think the main thing is that they're buying time for this Sven, because otherwise this Sven would have been completely useless. He's actually going to go... He has a DD, by the way. One, two.
He was trying to Blinding Light, I believe, with his ultimate, but it ends up not working out. So Puppy goes down to Fear. That's another clean kill for him. They're going to TP mid. Sumail looking for another Split Earth here onto S4. He'll connect it. There's the Earth Spike. The Lightning Storm coming out as well. Big finger from PPD. Gets the kill. Hook shot onto Kuro as well. Sumail's kind of running out of mana right now, but the Edict was already going to Pulse over as well. And he's just going to fall as well. It's a dominating spree for Sumail. Even without the mana, he doesn't need it. They actually clean Kuro up pretty quickly. Oh, but Universe might be in trouble here. TP coming through from the Keep of the Light if they hit an Illuminate. Oh, the Earth Spike this time from PPD. Ice Shard's not going to connect. We'll hit on the PPD. Sumail has enough mana for Split Earth. He's going to use it. No, he actually misses it. Now Secret looking to back away. Here comes AUI. Stormhammer only onto one. Shrukatos comes in, bounces to both of them with that new change to Shrukatos, and they'll clean up a kill. They will not get Puppy. Maybe Universe can flare. He's got it in one. Puppy's going to try to juke this. My eye on him.
What happened, man? This was a 6-1 lead to now 11-7. So the EG has gone, I think, what, 10-1 in terms of kills in the last 6 minutes or so.
I think
really
fighting
turned it
is
up
5. You know, you look at Arteezy, he's not been involved at all.
Well, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. I mean, he does have bots now, so I guess now he has the availability of getting to the fights a little bit easier. But it really just it came down to Sumail getting such an early Yules. Like, they can kill anybody, and you see that, especially the Templar Assassin. He's just food for the Leshrac. The Edict is now up to level 3. He actually only has 3 points of Split Earth, so he's prioritizing a little bit more AoE damage and dot damage. so that he can kill that TA a little bit faster.
He didn't level up his level 2 Pulse Nova. Is that common? Just
it's common.
At one point?
Yeah, it's common because it's a lot more mana efficient to have it level 1, and the damage increase is not that much higher, but the mana increase is.
When do you level up that second level of Pulse Nova as he goes on S4?
S4 is taking so much damage.
He has Refraction in 8.
He's just
can meld, but good juke. Universe sees him though. There's the hook shot, and Universe will help clean up the kill, which you know. Meanwhile, PPD into the top jungle. Kuro is getting chased down by 2 Invis heroes. And RTZ is going to TP away just in time. AUI could have thrown the Shuriken Toss, but wasn't there quite in vision. And they're going to go on bottom. It looks like Chanel Ice Shard's going to go in. Actually, he's going to stay alive for the time being. He's going to use his Yule Scepter. Walrus Punch comes out. This could be a big kill. Sumail in trouble. Blinding Lighted back as well. Split Earth not going to connect, and that Pulse Nova does damage, but not nearly enough. And Kuroki gets the kill. That's huge coming out. Secret get that big, much needed kill on Sumail, but meanwhile, mid, they are losing their tier 1 tower.
That was a very, very big kill. The big kill, too, is that the big thing is the fact that he doesn't have his Bloodstone yet. So his respawn timer is still relatively high. I heard a punch somewhere. Where was that?
I think it was on Illusion, yeah.
Ah, okay. But as you mentioned, Fear actually did go for the drums, which I think is fine. I think he needs the mana.
Yeah.
You know that PL is definitely going to get a Diffusal here soon. I always like to see Blink on Sven. I generally think the hero is pretty lackluster until you get a Blink, but we'll see what Fear goes for.
Like Blink, BKB, those aren't 100% necessary depending on the game, but it feels like most circumstances are pretty huge items.
Another smoke.
EG have been using their smokes religiously. They will find some illusions, not the real Phantom Lancer. Arteezy has died once in lane, and since then he's not been part of the carnage. And we'll see if that changes now.
Oh, he might dodge a bullet here.
I think he will. They're going to go in and they're going to find the illusions. Oh, but look. Sumail sees him. Yules, he doesn't use it. He's going to back away. Hook shot comes in, but Yules came a little bit first. Splitter Doppelganger gets off. And he gets up to the high ground. That Doppelganger actually did so much work. Wow, Arteezy's lucky to be alive right now.
Did you get lag right there, or was that just me?
I don't think so.
Okay, it must have just been me. I was like, the team's lagging? Is that why they're not getting this kill on him? But looked funny on my screen. Anyway, nice juke out. That is the spell that I think is probably the best against the Yules. It's like, I'm pretty sure, although I could be wrong, that if you spam Doppelganger fast enough, you can get out of the Split Earth combo. Unless, I don't even know if you can time it immaculately. Maybe you can, but it's hard.
Yeah, turn rate, Pip is whispering. I mean, turn rate in Dota in general is an issue, but especially there. Track's gonna be up on Puppy. AUI is chasing him down. AUI, by the way, going mech. He already has the buckler, so guarding Greaves this game, which I think is a pretty great choice. They're gonna throw up the Shuriken Toss. The Flare's gonna come as well, and Puppy's just dead, I believe. AUI will get the kill, and it's a track kill off that. And now they're gonna clean up this creep wave and head towards the Golden Tower bottom. But meanwhile, RTZ doing a great job pushing, at least just getting a lot off the map while his team is dying or just trying to survive elsewhere. And we'll be able to Doppelganger away. Sumail will not be able to chase him down. They do have Universe nearby, but he's not going to go for a hook shot.
They do have a ton of rat potential. I hate saying that, but they do. Between the early Boots of Travel on Phantom Lancer, I don't think he normally goes Boots of Travel. I usually see Arteezy get the treads. But I think just because they have the Coddle in the game, it makes it a lot easier to kind of make the other team move around a bit more.
See you later. No, he's dead. But yeah, I agree with you. It allows him to be a little bit more mobile. That's definitely a huge, I think, point of interest right now for Secret and Arteezy specific. They do have the mech now done for AUI 2000, and what does Fear have exactly? He's just sitting on 1700 gold. He could be absolutely going for one dagger next. By the way, his God Strength is down for a good 50 seconds. Sumail will also take down that tier 1 tower mid. I think he edicted it, and he did, yeah, so. Alright, man. It's 18 minutes into the game. It's looking pretty good for EG, but Arteezy, he's farming pretty well.
Yeah, but S4 is not. He is 0-4-0. Hasn't been a part of a kill. Got absolutely obliterated mid lane. And I presume they picked this because they thought it would do well against Leshrac, just because he'd probably go the lightning build, but Sumail just outplayed as far as keeping the auto attacks high and constant. And we haven't seen TA be relevant at all. He just picked up a blink, as well as the Sven picked up the blink. I'm 100% approval of that. We'll see how each of these players can do. Obviously, the Sven will do well because he's already bounced back. The question is, can S4 do something this game with this blink? We'll have to wait and see.
I love this play from Kuroki, smoking up, throwing up that huge observer ward on the Uber cliff there. And that's going to provide them a lot of great vision. They can even see Fear walk in. He doesn't know Kuroki's here. He's still smoked up. He's actually going to TP back home. So they have absolutely no idea that the ward is up there. EG maybe can throw a blind sentry up there, but that's great. They're going to have a lot of vision coming out for Secret.
And I think the Bounty Hunter is going to go for the Guardian Greaves. He's got Arcanes and a mech as well, which is totally fine. It's a hero that all you really need him for essentially is the track. And the Shuriken's great too, and keeping vision on people. And now giving yourself a little bit more. I feel like EG has extra smokes, man.
Yeah,
I always see
like they've used one like every minute or so, but they've been very successful with these smokes as well, which that's the dilemma here for Secret. They're gonna find S4 more than likely. AUI is gonna be in the lead here. He's gonna track him up more than likely. Throw up the Stormhammer. He does get the meld off. That was really nice. They do have a sentry. They get the track. S4 is dead. So that newly minted Blink Dagger does not help him in that situation. EG get another clean kill. Nicely done.
God, he is just a burden this game. He just can't do anything. He's sitting caught out all the time. EG's movement's been really, really nice.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And yeah, they also have the track gold, which is just going to be insane for all these heroes. Bloodstone now up for Leshrac, another 1300 gold. He can go for bots now if he wants to, I'm sure. Probably get this tower last hit because it's Edict. No, but actually it was a Sven.
RTZ doing a great job again pushing. He's got his Yasha now, his Manta style almost done. Just needs the ultimate orb. Mel is gonna go ahead and try to chase him down, but it's gonna be tough. RTZ has Doppelganger back up in 5, and Mel's just not fast enough with only regular boots of speed, and RTZ has the boots of travel on Yasha. He's gonna get turned on, and he just got this Bloodstone. This could be a huge kill. Walrus Punch. He's gonna Yule's up right now. They're gonna be the track on his Zai. Will they back away? There's gonna be the mech coming through as well. AUI keeping him alive. They turn it around. Meanwhile, on the other side, they have Universe. They bring him down with a Tombstone. RTZ and AUI going toe-to-toe, but they'll back away. S4 does have that Blink Dagger. They have detection on Kuro. AUI is gonna head the opposite direction. He has enough mana for a TP, which I imagine is what he'll do here.
Yeah, unfortunately, RTZ's damage output is really low just because he doesn't have the defusal yet. Mid lane.
Gonna try to go on Fear here, and they do have bots coming in from RTZ. He doesn't have defusal lights and damage, especially with War Cry. It's very lackluster. They won't hit the Earth Spike, and Puppy's very close, very, very close to his Aghanim Scepter, which might be... Bro's gonna get caught out. There's a track up as well. They have Shuriken Toss. They'll use Split Earth. Right on the money. Dunzo McDunzo, says Samael. They'll back away.
He just picked up his bots too and already has 800 gold, 10 Bloodstone charges. I think Samael is going to take over this game. He has a really nice team surrounding him as far as lots of stuns and whatnot. And even the Sven can help out, but I think it's going to be the Samael show here once again.
Yeah. He really crushed S4. He had a rough time. And then again, RTZ also could take over the game theoretically, especially as a PL. He's sitting right now in a Manta style.
They have potential to rat them just because of Coddle PL. But I fear that the TA is just going to be doing absolutely nothing.
The X factor for me right now is the vision. You look at the vision coming out on the side of Secret, and their ward coverage is fantastic. Compare that to what EG has, which is a lone observer ward here at the top rune spot. Not great. And Secret have done a really great job of making sure they have vision around the map.
And tons of traps around, which makes you wonder, like, EG's just got that sixth sense of where to smoke, because they haven't been spotted by any smokes. But even with all this vision up, which is very frustrating for Secret, I'm sure.
I can't believe, like you said, that they haven't been spotted by one of these traps or wards, but that might change. The luck of EG might run out here in Secret. They do take a pretty big ancient stack for TA. S4 is going to get up to about 2,000 gold. He's got his Blink Dagger at the ready, and maybe goes for, like, what, a Desolator, BKB, one of those. I think BKB against Lesh is very good, and I even go as far to say as RTZ might get one this game. So
we'll see how it pans out. Obviously, BKB is going to do absolutely or close to nothing against Sven.
Yeah.
In fact, he almost kind of wants you to go BKB because it gives you a false sense of security. Owie's running around and gets the track off onto S4. He has no way of dispelling it. Punch coming out onto something. That is a great ability, by the way. The Doppelganger can get rid of this track whenever he wants.
Yeah, it's a really short cooldown as well. It's not like a Manta style. 10-second cooldown for Doppelganger. Very good at dodging and getting rid of negative buffs. But RTZ's going to have to put it to good use. They're going to be split pushing for EG right now. They're going to Lightning Storm eat it up this tier 2 tower. They have a glyph. I don't think they want to use it, though. Tower's not going to fall.
Dire's
This
middle
E8
tower
to use
is
another
under
one.
attack.
Blinding Light will push him back anyways. So for now, Tralf, you look at the Sven. He is going for Assault Cuirass. They have a lead in terms of at least metrics. You have 3,000 net worth lead for EG and Secret. They do have potential to come back here, but they have to take a good fight, or maybe just rat like you were talking about. But Arteezy is in trouble. He's going to get jumped on. Blink comes through. Warcry, they need a hook shot. He's going to Doppelganger and gets away in time, but hook shot's still available. He's going to Manta, and he actually is going to fall. They just run 4 heroes top lane, and they did get the track off. That's absurd.
The last second how we got the track, that's so important too. They're gonna rush, and as soon as they get the kill, they all TP bottom immediately. EG just banging on all cylinders. They just playing really well as a team.
They do have hookshot, by the way, for this. Universe
They
can
can't.
jump in. He's going to go in. Zai is going to get jumped on. Flare comes through. The snowball might be going elsewhere. They're going to try to bring him out a little bit more, bait him into this, and Zai is going to get hexed up and brought down. Nice soul orb coming out, the dank rip from Kuroki, but it's not going to be nearly enough. And they do not have their big initiator coming out with Tusk. And they might just be able to take Roche. There's no Arteezy, no Zai. They're being kind of being careful about it, though.
It's difficult to fight Roche when the tombstone's on the ledge because they have no way of like seeing it unless they have a ward. And even if they do, like it's hard to kill it with just 1 range or 2 ranged heroes, I guess. But Lion's never really gonna be in the spot to actually attack it right there. So, who by the way almost has his blink, just because of all the track gold that he's getting.
They've given up a lot of farm to everybody else on the map besides PPD, and kills will certainly help. The track is absolutely outstanding. When you're in the lead with the bounty hunter, very hard to lose that lead because of all the gold that track gives you. And he's done a great job. He went for medallion instead of getting the guardian greaves. He still could go for the greaves, but I feel like the later you get the guardian greaves, the less effective it is. So I'm not sure if he goes for that still.
It's much more important now though because of the mech nerf to the cooldown.
Right.
So it's really important to have the lower cooldown on the guardian greaves, at least in my opinion.
We were just talking about vision coming out from Secret, and now EG have really good vision in the enemy jungle as well as underneath their tier 2 tower mid. So well played there. And we're back to farming at this point. Any other really big items coming out? The Assault Cuirass for Fear is just about done. He actually just needs his plate mail. Speaking of plate mail, Sumail has one, which I would imagine is going to be Shiva's. We'll flare up Roche. They know that this is happening. How fast can they rotate over? And will Secret be able to take this? It looks like they're finishing it pretty quickly. They have Medallion, and unless they get a hook shot right now, they're just going to give it to him. Secret say, we're just going to take this for free, and they're not going to go for a fight. Evil Genius is not looking to fight without God's strength, so.
Arteezy doppelgangers up, but he's sitting on the cliff. I didn't. Maybe you mentioned it, but I didn't notice that Kuroki or that puppy had his axe already. So that's really good for him.
He got it a while ago, actually. He was sitting like I talked about it, and he was sitting at like 800 gold. He got it right after. PPD is gonna blink away from Arteezy, who doppelgangers.
I think they were actually both scared of each other for a second there. Arteezy sees PPD running away. Now he's like, "Oh, you're scared of me." And actually, the snowball comes in. I think PPD's dead.
Hex off. I thought someone was gonna come in and help him out, but that's not the case. Instead, they're going at Kuroki. So. Support for support.
Your desolation and the worlds are one.
No track. No track? What's tracked? Pimp's in my ear. You're confusing me, man. God.
On Sumail. And there comes a Deso coming out for the TA. So finally, some kind of item for him that's gonna help. Sumail has now 13 charge on the Bloodstone with the Shivas. God, he's just ridiculously farmed. Finally, the defusal comes out. It's very, very late, honestly. He went for both Manta and the bots before it, which is a little bit strange just because of how the new Phantom Lancer works. I can't even call it new anymore, but we'll see his effectiveness rise a lot more now. Yes. The only problem, though, I do see this one problem rising where actually Pink's coming out on the bounty. I think they saw him or something, but is that Sven is now so tanky with his completed AC that when you do burn through his mana, you're not going to hit him very hard anymore.
No.
Because a lot of your damage comes from the mana burn itself, so it's just one thing to be a little bit careful of.
Saw that when he had his Yasha. Arteezy was trying to hit him. Hold that thought. Probably going to get jumped on. He's like, Arteezy, please save me. And he might get the kill on PPD, but he does end up falling in the end. AY does get a dominating spree from that. Arteezy gets back into the game with a nice kill with his Diffusal Blade, so they know that's up, but it's even Diffusal 2, by the way. He went full Diffusal 2 immediately. That's probably why it took so long. Extra, a couple hundred gold to buy that second recipe.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's an extremely value recipe. I remember I always talked about that right when they changed it.
Yeah.
It just gives you so much extra agility for. It's one of the best cost ratio benefits that you get from an upgrade or an item in general. So it gives you an extra 15 agility and 4 intelligence is kind of minuscule, but it's a very good upgrade.
Reverse. He's rolling around with Invis rune, but it's about to run out. He's got a 4-staff completed, a blade mail as well. No Aghanim Scepter forms just yet, which would be pretty outstanding. On the other side, what does Kuro have? Still just the Arcanes of the mech right now, but they've taken a lot of really bad fights in a row, and he hasn't really been farming. The good thing is, like you already talked about, S4 having that Tessellator, he can deal damage. He's still kind of susceptible to a lot of the damage coming out. There's no BKB for him yet. The right click, obviously, from Sven. Wouldn't care about that. For now, it feels as though they have ways to get these kills. They're going to bring in S4. They're going to jump in with Sumail. Puppy's going to get absolutely destroyed. It's a lot of lightning in his face, but he's not dead yet. Druid toss. No, it's the Stormhammer that gets the kill. And Sumail picks up another one on the backside and side. Fear in trouble, rather S4 in trouble. He's got the Aegis. Sumail getting low. Split Earth comes out, but he does go down to Arteezy. Big turnaround there. The cleave coming in, but there's the hook shot through the dead body of Kuro. And Universe is going right on Artor, his former teammate. Doppelganger's out. He'll make it away for now, but here comes PPD. He's going to be able to force it. He actually doesn't have the mana. He uses the finger. The Earth Spike gets the kill. S4, the only surviving member of Secret. And it looks like he will make it away for the time being. Here comes Sumail. Yule Scepter. He won't make it away. Thrown up into the air. And it looks like the Pulse Nova should clear this up. He does have the Aegis, but Fear is getting ready for another Stormhammer. Meld might come out. He's just going to get Stormhammer to die. He tried to run away. Nothing he can really do there. And that is a complete team wipe coming out. Evil Geniuses run directly at the face of Secret. They were not ready for it. That is 5K. That's 5K gold for all those kills. That's ridiculous. Wow.
Yeah. That's insane. Now they have a Solar Crest and Aoi and a Vlad's. You just buy a Vlad's and a Solar Crest just like that. And he still has 1650 gold.
I thought he sold that Vlad's. It was like, there's no way he's got 1650 on top of Vlad's. Nope, he does.
Third most farmed Leshrac. How about the most farmed? This has got to be like the most farmed support bounty I've ever seen.
We checked
support bounty, by the way.
That might be tough from Watpegs.
It's insane, but yeah, Sumail with a fast respawn timer. Even suicide. Yeah, even suicide, so they don't get any bounty.
That's that is huge. That gold they could have gotten from Sumail might have been at least something. Did they get any other kills? I think they killed PPD in that engagement. That was it. Maybe, I'm not sure. Blink in, Puppy's just getting caught. Here, this Point Dagger has paid for itself. Rolling around in his new Bugatti. He's sitting on 1200 gold. Blink Dagger, Assault Cuirass, and he's having a pretty good time.
He's got a Chrysalis in his courier as well.
Oh, nice. Casual.
This is gonna be. I feel like Secret cannot fight EG at all, like at all this game. They have to, if they want to win this, it has to be through a very, very long game of ratting, like 65, 70 minute plus of just sitting in the base, coddle blasting, finding an opening that you can to split push, and then coming back. The thing is like that's where this bounty pick is so good, because getting ahead, it makes it so much more difficult to split push against the bounty.
Yeah, this is. It's looking dire for Secret, no pun intended. Who am I kidding? That was 100% intended. But Bro is sitting at his. Yeah, I agree. This is just. It's not a really great position for Secret. And the problem is that even if they're sitting in their base, Fear could easily blink in and blow up the Keeper of the Light, who's probably the biggest problem when it comes to, you know, trying to push into the base is going to be the Coddle Blast. But maybe there are other issues. Maybe they want to try to go on somebody else first in an engagement.
Thing is, as you saw right there, even with them having the Aegis, Sumail is so farmed, he literally just bum rushed him and just went in. And
that's the correct term for it.
Didn't care at all, because he is so farmed, he is so tanky.
Oh, dear lord, this might not be the fight for EG. They're going to get jumped on with an entire smoke. AUI does have a Shadow Weapon. Fear will fall for sure, and he's down for 70. Now Universe going to try to TP away Ice Shards, the Blinding Light push, but it's not enough. The Mana Cleave didn't do enough to stun him there, and that's a pretty big kill. That smoke does clean up Fear for 60 seconds, and they can maybe get at least a tier 2 out of this.
God, Aoi was so tanky, man. They went on him for so long, and he just didn't get hit at all. I think he evaded a lot of the attacks from PL2 with the Solar Crest.
Not afford that. He'll be right. He actually has a blink dagger. They're gonna jump in. Fear is back. He fought back. Hiroki tracked up. He's gonna fall first. It looks like the last right click not coming out. Big dank rip coming in from Kuro with the last right click from Fear. There's the crit. And one more does the job. Buyback. They get 3 kills out of it as Keeper of the Light falls elsewhere. A little bit more towards the north of the engagement. And EG are gonna go straight down mid. They want to take this tier 3, maybe even Rex.
This could even be the game. None of these heroes have buyback. And they're fighting against an Edict plus Sven, who doesn't have his ulti, but still hits really, really hard with that AC.
Yeah, this is gonna be...
Look at their armor! With the Warcry and Vlads, they all have like 50-something armor,
God,
55 armor.
He has 52 armor. Fear has 52 freaking armor. Ridiculous. Skamel has roughly 35. And there's no buybacks coming from Secret. They don't have them. And it looks like EG will take their first set of racks. If they take another fight here as well, they could probably take the game, as you mentioned. They will back away for now, and S4 is going to jump in and just try to farm this. RTZ is... What is he looking to get next? Maybe a Scotty is an ultimate orb, I would imagine. There's the Octarine done for Sumail. Sitting at 24,000 net worth. RTZ is the next closest person, but... 700 GPM for Sumail. Ridiculous.
He's 6 slotted. He can just upgrade his bots, and then he's good. And then he can eventually sell his Yules for sheep.
Yes.
Or I guess you don't really need a refresher. Yeah, the sheep. But he is 6 slotted. I mean, this game is pretty much out of the grasp of Secret. Again, if they win it, it has to be like a 75-minute game. But it's just not as good the base defense as you might think from a Coddle, but it's because of how farmed Sumail is and he has the blink. And they can just, like I said, just go in and go crazy. And that's
rush was the term you used, I believe.
Yeah, but that's the only way yet you can really approach the high ground defense against a Coddle. Is just rush him and give no regard to him.
This is a all-in Roche play coming out from Secret currently, and well, guess who just flared it? Universe is getting ready to go. They will take this pretty quick, so Universe might just jump in, and he will hit the hookshot on the 2. The Cogs pushes Ortiz up to the high ground. He does have Doppelganger. He's going to use it to get away. S4 will fall. Universe is low, but meanwhile, they're trying to take down Kuro. Universe is going to go down to the Soul Rep, and Kuro, oh, he's going to trade his life for it. Now Ortiz thinks about jumping in, but decides against it after he sees his 2 supports slaughtered in front of his eyes. PBD going to jump on his eye as well. He's got no mana. AUI going to work. He's got his Shuriken toss to stick back up. Might even get a kill out of this, but no, there's the Stormhammer. Fear gets the double. And not only that, but they will secure Roshan as well. Sumail's going to clean this up quickly and eat it. This is going to be their Rosh, and probably their game as well.
I think you call this if you're Secret. There's just way too much farm on this side of CG. There's no way to really come back into this. Anyway, they're actually even spotting out Arteezy, who's very low mana, actually. Owie, if he gets the track onto him and maybe gets him to use a little bit more mana.
Got a
See,
blink.
he does have blink. Oh yeah, he does have blink.
He could track now, probably. Yeah, I don't know if... Oh, he's TPing.
Oh no.
Rukatos goes just to cancel it. And just trying to get home, but guess who's home now? EG on the doorstep of the tier 3 tower as PPD looks for Arteezy. Arteezy is getting recalled, so I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It'll waste a couple of seconds here, but they do get the tier 3 tower because of it. Yeah. They're gonna get jumped on here, man. At least gonna go. Fear does have Aegis, but he does blink out. He will lose, obviously. The Mana Leak is gonna stun him up. And now Sumail is alone. He's got 20 Bloodstone charges. He'll use himself. The Pulse Nibble will continue to cast as that's happening. Splitter will hit on a 3, but he's still gonna get Walrus Punch. Bloodstone will heal whoever was in the vicinity back up, which was only AUI at that point. And that was a bit aggressive coming up from Sumail. That's a kill going to the Tusk, but it's pretty much respawn instantly.
Yeah, over 3k gold, like 3,500 gold. And 4,000 experience just from that one kill. But he's up and ready to go. Respawns, he's already up top, level 2 bots. Can go to... Level 2 bots is amazing on Invis heroes or initiators too, like Storm or, in this case, Clockwork or Bounty. Just TP into the hero and then they initiate for you.
That sounds pretty fantastic. Puppy's gonna get jumped on. Splitter will connect on both of them. Pulse is going. He's just running at them. Shiva's Guard's gonna go. I don't think he really cares either way. He's gonna use up and make sure he doesn't get caught out. Good blinding light. Stormhammer will not get the kill. Pretty low, but not low enough. Fear did pop his God Strength. There's the wall response from the backside. Zai's gonna get jumped on and brought down. Puppy was low, but he does get out of the fight alive. So 1-0. God Strength was expended. Cooldown's pretty long for that. Puppy's going to come back and use the blinding light as well. The track's up. Universe going to hookshot. Misses. It's only a cooldown for 10 seconds. He does have that Ag Scepter, so he kind of just went right through the uprights there. It was kind of awkward. S4 and RTD looking for some way to defend this. They really don't want to lose a second set of racks. Nobody does. They're gonna use the Manalika into Fear. Jump in Hex. Now S4 goes right onto PPD, but Universe is able to hook shot in onto Puppey, and that will secure the kill. Fear man fighting Arteezy. He's gonna doppelganger away. Kuro might not be so lucky. AUI on the backside gets yet another kill. Kuro and Arteezy going to walk away, but the rack's already gone now, and they won't walk away. Arteezy tracked up and brought down. No, doppelganger keeps him alive, but the last second, the last flare from Universe, that is it. Game 1 is going to go to Evil Geniuses, and an absolutely stellar performance, Trout.
Yeah, it was really on the back of, I would say Sumail, but just also just amazing movement from both Aoi and PPD. Their movement and their smoke ganks were, I think, 100% effective. Like every single smoke gank, they got something big. But a lot of it had to do with kind of overplaying their lead from Secret. They had an amazing lead. It was early, like 6-1 or maybe even 6-0.